Unconventional means not conforming to what is generally done or believed.
Unconventional is us.
We love differently.
We make comics.
We travel.
We go to comic conventions. I'm Gracie.
I'm Jess.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Kevin. And this is our unconventional life. So, we are working from home, pandemic conditions, getting ready to go to the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, courtesy of our friend Jeremy Long in Huntsville. Be Amanda and I on the road for our first convention with masks, with social distancing, the whole 9 yards for safety during the pandemic. And we're looking forward to it. We're excited to get back to the convention life. Gonna leave Gracie and Jess here for the weekend to fend for themselves and hang out with Grandpa and Grandma April. But we're gonna have a good time, send back some good pictures, take some good video, and sell some comics. So more to come.
Hi. I got my toy named Twilight Sparkle. Hi. I'll see you later, I guess. Bye.
It starts here in the car. So I have to load up all the stuff. And so you guys sit back and relax while I play Pack Mule. Just a second. One of our favorite things that we use in setup seems funny, this grid wall, because it's so modular and we can set up our prints and all. I'm planning to do a more visually focused display so that people don't have to say touch a book to flip through and see prints. So take an extra grid so we can stack it up and have it where you can just walk by and see. I always have to eyeball these and just make sure that I did indeed pack all the books. Like this box is pretty much just Vicious Circus, because that's the book we feature on our banner, and that's just our most popular product. We love it, so it's got to have a prominent space among the inventory. So, thanks for sticking with me. I guess I'm off to the bank to get some change and check off the last few things on my list. So, I'll see you in a minute.
There's like a 6-hour drive from Fairhope to Huntsville, so we're about to hit the road. Got a full tank of gas, an oil change, Mountain Dew, and a Diet Dr. Pepper. We're on our way, so we'll see you there.
Let's see what the fuss is about. I guess we've been making the fuss, huh?
Well, I've talked about coming here for years, but we've just never done it. There's dessert.
Coleslaw. I love coleslaw. You got take salad. I got us an order of the cornbread dressing.
Okay.
To share. Alright. Which one is this?
That looks like the gobbler, I'm guessing. That's what I got. It's basically Thanksgiving dinner on on some bread.
It looks pretty good. I'm gonna take it out for you so you can see. already. No, I'm going to put it back in because it's that dressing. It's a little juicy. You got a couple of bread, butter, pickles there too, so. There you are.
Thank you.
I got hickory smoked turkey wrap with lots of pickles.
That looks good.
All right to me.
All right.
I'm excited most about that coconut cream pie though.
So we will sample it. We're going to eat as we drive. We got a long road ahead.
Hey everybody. So Kevin and Amanda are out of town, and Gracie and I are going to grocery shop and do pretty much everything else that needs to be done around the house before everybody gets home. So hopefully have a little fun in between, maybe make some cookies, hang out, and do what we can find, especially in the coronavirus era. So anyways, looking forward to it, and hopefully they're having a good time.
Hi guys.
Well, we made it here to the Marriott at the Huntsville Rocket Center.
Yeah, the Space and Rocket Center. We didn't realize it was actually on the grounds of the Space and Rocket Center. So nice place. Room's a little oddly configured. The TV's on a wall perpendicular to the bed instead of in front of the bed, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, there's a cool arm that swings it out, but with my luck of, you know, riggings and suspensions lately, I'm not gonna chance it anymore.
We'll just take it catty corner. We want to talk about our dinner that we had at the Bates House of Turkey. What'd you think?
It was good.
was
The only
pretty
thing
good.
I didn't like was the coleslaw.
Yeah, the coleslaw's a little vinegary, but everything was good.
That
The,
coconut cream pie was
the
stuff.
Definitely the highlight
And the
of
bread
the
and
meal.
butter pickles.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
They cooked a good turkey though.
We're gonna get some rest, and we'll check back in tomorrow.
Good night.
All right, good morning. We are here at the Von Braun Center in Huntsville, ready to load in and get set up. We got about an hour and a half before the VIP guests show up to the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. We're ready to sell some comics, sell some art. So we'll give you a little insight into the setup process.
This is what we do to set up. This is a little bit different because of the social distancing. Let's see if I can spin this so you can see. We're kind of set apart here because they've given so much space for lines. So, see you in a minute.
Just taking a walk around. This is the first comic convention I'm aware of where we actually have mask conditions, social distancing in place since the pandemic. I see most people are wearing masks and sticking to the rules. Just want to give you a look around. This is the main convention floor. Flip you around, show you the guest area back behind me. Some cosplay. Lots of social distancing in the guest area. As you'll notice, we first set up in the guest area between Sergeant Slaughter and Ernie Reyes Jr., Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fame. But foot traffic for comics and art was very low over there. People were there to get autographs. So we spoke with the showrunner, Jeremy Long, and got permission to move to Artist Alley. And so here we are. And foot traffic and sales definitely improved from there. Back to the table with Amanda. Saying, show us what you're working on.
My buddy Colby loves Pee-wee. And so this is Pee-wee Herman with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Awesome.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in my favorite Francis over here going, I want that garlic, Pee-wee. So,
Awesome.
so I love my job.
Is that
There
it?
we go. I think that's it. I'm gonna wait to sign it since he's having this one slabbed.
Finished product.
I know you are, but what am I? Fun.
We have to go to the secret layer. It's on Main Street. This is the numbers. So we have to go to that coding. Red, slide.
Yay.
On my way to a panel with legendary X-Men writer Chris Claremont, I came across a lot of Star Wars cosplay. Tusken Raider, Jawa, and you'll notice a lot of Mandalorians in the background during all the video from this convention.
This is Chris Claremont, everybody. The funny thing is, I got this for the TV series, the X-Men TV series. So they gave it out to all the casts so they could say, this has been doing the last 2 years, doing this TV series. I thought it was very funny. So did they. Oh, if you can't see it, it says previously on X-Men.
Attention, I'm Sergeant Slaughter for the WWE and G.I. Joe, the real American hero and action force. Time to take action. I want you to go over to Squirt Circle Comics and pick up something real nice. And say hello to Amanda, too. And that's an order. Have I made myself clear? Good. Then do it. That's Amanda.
Oh, wow, that happened. That is definitely the highlight of my con. When we were moving, I accidentally dropped a print of Nikolai Volkov, and who should pick it up and hand it to me but his greatest foe, Sergeant Slaughter. So we got to chatting, and I got to do some art for him, and he actually liked it. I'm so happy. That was cool.
Thanks for coming by to talk with us. I'm Kevin Laporte. This is Amanda Rachels. We're co-owners of an indie comic imprint. We're from Fairhope, Alabama, down the Gulf Coast, Mobile Bay, near Gulf Shores. And we've been making comics for almost 10 full years now. Hard to believe that we've been doing it for a full decade. We started back in 2009 with a webcomic called The Blind Eye that it's more of a learning experience than an actual publication. We did end up putting it into print, but we learned a lot, and then we started making a killer clown horror comic called Vicious Circus back in 2010, published a 120-page graphic novel in 2011, and we've gone from there. So this book's lived with us for a full decade now. We're working on the follow-up. I write, publish, edit, letter. I've colored comics before. I've never drawn anything. Nobody wants to see that. Amanda's an artist.
I do the drawing. I've done some coloring too. I don't enjoy the coloring as much as pencils and things like that. But you wear a lot of hats.
And she also ships a lot of books. Most of our sales are through mail order, through Kickstarter, or through our website. So we pretty much run our entire operation ourselves, just the two of us. We do outsource some of the art, and a few other small tasks, but for the most part, this is a do-it-yourself operation, and we do everything. If you want to make your comic, you can make it, and that's the truth. If you would tell me 10 years ago that we would still be making comics 10 years later, I would have laughed. We were doing it for fun. It was fun to learn about. It was fun to see our books actually show up on paper. But now, we've been incorporated for 7 years, 8 years. Been in formal business for 8 years. And this business doesn't generate much of a profit, but it does pay for itself. It's cost neutral. And I think with some of the changes we've seen this year, some of the advancements that we've seen, we are going to be able to generate a profit in the near future. So it can happen. And if you're more business savvy than I am, it can happen a lot sooner. So you definitely want to educate yourself on that side of things too, and make sure that you're not overspending for things, that you're spending within a budget. But it's very doable.
Hey y'all, we just finished the loadout for the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, and it was a pretty quick and easy loadout.
Very easy loadout, very easy show to set up for. We want to thank Jeremy Long, owner and organizer of the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, for having us as guests. He put us in a really nice spot next to Sergeant Slaughter. Became a friend to Amanda during this convention.
I'm such a dork,
And,
but I grew up on Joe's. I love Joe's.
and thank you to Jeremy for being flexible and allowing us to move to a different spot on the floor where we were getting the foot traffic that we needed for our books and our art while we were there. Made it a lot easier. We tripled our sales today, and we appreciate him working with us on that and being so gracious in all aspects. So appreciate it. Can't recommend this Huntsville show enough. The next go around is in April. This is a 3-day show. Hopefully COVID will be under control. The full guest list is the biggest convention in Alabama. We just can't recommend it enough.
I look forward to this show every year. Jeremy Long, you're a king among men.
Absolutely.
So can't wait for next year.
So what were the highlights for you?
Oh my God, I mean, Sergeant Slaughter, I drew a picture of him and he liked it, and he did a cool little promo video for us for our comics. I'm gonna talk to him about the comic stuff in the future.
Yeah, we're angling towards seeing if Sarge would be interested in us doing a biographical comic on his career and life. That's what we do with pro wrestlers, and we're hoping to come to some agreement with Sergeant Slaughter, so we'll have some news on that hopefully in just a few weeks.
And you know, talking to him for just a few minutes, he was so kind and personable, and you can tell that dude, he's got stories. He seemed just so nice to talk to, and, you know, never met before in my life.
Super great with fans. We overheard him talking with fans all weekend. Not only nice to them, but took time to share old war stories, no pun intended, from his time in the WWE, his time representing the G.I. Joe line of toys from Hasbro in the mid-'80s and all the way through now. And it was a lot of fun to be there near the Sarge. Met a lot of great friends from other vendors. Got to catch up with some people we haven't seen in months that we normally see a lot more often because of convention life, but COVID has put a crimp in that, so it's nice to run into Shane and Dustin,
and Colby and family. Colby I've been doing this for a decade now with the cons with you, and I've taken a whole lot of commissions, but I think I might have done my favorite one at this show. We did an Infinity Gauntlet blank cover that featured Pee Wee Herman wearing the gauntlet. It's absurd, and it was beautiful, and he's having it graded, so I appreciate that sort of trust.
A lot of great commissions, produced a lot of great art, sold a lot of books. It's always fun to put our creations out there into the public. Had a great panel on making indie comics on Saturday evening. Had several people come in and we answered questions for about 45 minutes. talked about our experience, and we're able to give advice on making comics and encourage people to make their dream of telling a story come true, and to tell them not only how to do it, but how to do it without causing a lot of inconvenience financially or in other aspects of their life. So that's fun. We always have a blast doing that. We hope you enjoy the video that we include of that panel.
That was a lot of fun, and I love being able to talk, making comics with people who come to our booth after the panels. The young ladies that came and got the book today, it just made me smile. And the girl who she had read our book before and had some questions about character motivation.
That was like 4 years ago when they first bought that book.
We remember people that come to us very often.
Especially for our book Vicious Circus, we typically, anywhere we go that we've been before and we sold that book, people come back and want to talk about it. And there are a lot of reasons for that, but regardless of what their reasons are, it means a lot to us, and we're glad the book means a lot to them. That's why we're focusing down to make that book, that property, the focus of our creative efforts going forward. So anyway, just want to have a little recap of the show. Had a blast. Great to get back to convention life.
I'm looking forward to the next one. I thought they did a really good job of making us feel safe. So, we shall see how it goes.
We'll definitely share next time we go. We'll get some video and make you a part of it if you can't be there in person.
In the meantime, let's get on home.
Safe driving.